What is going on? I think we're live. Are we live? Let's see. Are we live? Boop, 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 boop. Howdy, howdy. Howdy, howdy. How's everyone doing? That's the way to get people coming in to sing. But of course, sing a new song. What's going on? Live in the flesh. Let me see if this is on. Let's see if we're on live. Boop, 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 boop. Boop, boop, boop. Look at me jumping in on the stream game. Jumping on in on the stream. Let's see what we got here. What we got? Should be on. Should be rocking and rolling here. Ah. Let's see. I think we are live. I think we are live. See, I think we are live. I think we are live. Yes, we are, and that is how we start. What's going on, guys? This is Live with Gres. It's going to spell that Gres. Jumping in on the live stream game here. If you're new here, how you doing? How's everything? Please look at my content. I do filming locations, famous places. The channel is really supposed to be about kind of like a smorgasbord. Lately, last couple of months, it's morphed into really about filming locations, famous places. But I really do want to open it up, as far as the channel goes, into more. Like for example, if you look at some of the old stuff here on this channel, I used to do something that's called evening, and I would just come on like once a week and describe, or talk about topics from the past week as far as news went, happenings, just kind of my thoughts, my own personal comings and goings from the past week, thoughts, observations, real lighthearted. And I got to about, I want to say, about 30 something episodes right around when right before COVID, right when COVID happened, and and when that happened, I kind of stopped doing them because it was that's pretty much all that dominated the news. It was depressing. Um, it was depressing, and it kind of stopped at that point right there. Um, but I do want to continue it. Pick it up. I want to pick that up. I also want to, so I think that this is where we're going to be with that. We're going to have it just, every week or every other week, just kind of jump on and, discuss, what's going on in the world. Kind of live, a little hangout, a little chat. Um, you know, a couple of minutes. Um, you know, 40 minutes, 45, an hour. Keep it short and sweet. And also want to do watch alongs, kind of like watch alongs as far as a lot of investigation discovery, kind of what I'm into, and unsolved mysteries and disappeared and that type of stuff. Also watch along TV shows, um, dramas. Like I was thinking about, doing a watch along, going through The Sopranos, the whole series from start to finish, kind of a watch along and going everything from scratch, episode by episode, kind of just taking it from there. So I do have a lot of ideas for this channel to open it up a little bit here and embrace that technology for for 2020 and the end of 2020 and 2021 and beyond, right? So there are a couple of things I wanted to get into. Where do we begin? Because it's been quite some time since I have done evening, and we're going to replace evening with live with Gres, I think, here. Um, or try to be semi live or on a weekly basis or every other week. Um, Definitely just open it up and just hang out with you guys, communicate, shoot the breeze with you guys. Wanted to be a hang more than anything. But where do we begin? I think a sign of the times of just how 2020 has really been 2020, and it's just been really depressing. Um, if you look at the Rockefeller Christmas tree, right? The Rockefeller Christmas tree. If you've first seen pictures of it, now it's obviously a little bit different because you're able to disguise it. You're able to dress it. You're able to put lights on it. It looks different now. But initially, man, did it look? What's the word I'm looking for? Underwhelming. Underwhelming. Now the tree came in. I think they brought in the tree. If I'm not mistaken, they brought in the tree November, beginning of November, no, middle of November. So that would have been like, I think middle, like around the 14th, right? And just the way everything has been, you figure that this tree needs to be like extravagant, like trying to like you figured New York City would try to get the best damn tree that you could possibly uh, you could possibly get. This is 2020. It has 2020 has a stench like no other. Let's try to get rid of it. Let's try to get the nicest tree out there, and it's an underwhelming tree. It looked, for lack of a better word, like an anorexic tree. An anorexic tree that really needed some work done on it. So much so, and it wasn't just me. If you looked at that tree, it was actually trending about how pitiful that Christmas tree looked. Someone wrote 2020 is a trash can, and it's like, of course, you can't have nice things. The 2020 Rockefeller Christmas tree, 75 feet tall, 45 feet wide, and 11 tons, came from Oneonta, New York. The tree looked like it had cut its own hair. And just like a lot of us in 2020 have gone through quite a few things. A lot of people saying it's a metaphor for 2020. But however, to the tree's defense, there were people that came to the tree's defense. Here goes the article. Although the spare-like beauty is in the eye of the beholder, the 75-foot tall, 11-ton evergreen that arrived in Midtown Manhattan this year after a 200-mile trip from upstate Oneonta looked the same as its predecessors, they said, had in past years when they were being installed. Quote, E.B. Kelly, a managing director at Tishman Speyer, the real estate firm that owns Rockefeller Center. Imagine if you're that real estate firm that owns Rockefeller Center, you're making a ton of money. She goes on to say workers had wrapped the tree tightly before making the long drive, and it would take the branches time to settle back into their usual position after the tree was unwrapped and placed upright. What people were seeing, she said, were the normal effects of that process. She rejected the idea that the tree was any kind of metaphor for 2020. Now, to kind of what she was saying, kind of I guess like when you like, because I have one of those and I'll get into this in my I'm trying to venture out into the live Christmas tree world, but right now I still have the artificial Christmas tree. So what she's saying is like, picture like if you have an artificial Christmas tree, you guys know this, right? And you pack up the Christmas tree, and you kind of the branches. You're not going to have the branches out. You're going to have to push the branches together and tuck it away for safekeeping until the season comes out ready for next year. You put it in a box and make it all nice and tight, seal it up, And then when you take the Christmas tree out of the box, you have to spread open the branches and everything like that. So that's what she's referring to, because she's saying that the tree was wrapped up tight. But man, I listen. Who knows? Now I could attest. Having an artificial tree. At first when you put the tree up, it doesn't look good until you spread out the branches. So this tree apparently was, on a big rig, whatever, wrapped tightly with everything, and it was all bundled together. And then they put it upright, and the branches have to settle into place. Well, if people were not depressed already for 2020, showing that image of that Christmas tree did not help. Did not help. Now, I cannot attest to, you have to, sometimes a picture doesn't do anything justice. And you have to be there in person. And let's not get it twisted. A little, makeup, aka lights, does go an extra mile, and it makes an ugly tree look nice. But let's take a look at what we had here as far as the tree. Yes, that is what the tree looked like upon arriving in, upon being set up. Very, very underwhelming. Underwhelming. And to make matters even more stranger, there was and she's this poor, they as they were, I guess, wrapping up this Christmas tree, there was apparently wrapped up in the Christmas tree was an owl. And a couple of days later, the owl emerged from the Christmas tree. The owl was named a Rocky. Now, if you're interested to see him Rocky, here is Rocky, the owl king. The Rocky the owl that was in the Rockefeller Christmas tree. Now, in case you were wondering, an owl supposedly, from what I understand, is supposed to mean good luck, or that's what it symbolizes, good luck. So, with seeing the owl, now, yeah, I hope it's good luck. We all need good luck. 2020 has been an absolute S-storm, right? But that poor owl. One thing you know, you're in Oneonta, like hooting. That's what owls do, right? Hoot, 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 hoot. You're hooting in the Christmas tree, and then next thing you know, you're being wrapped up. Like, oh crap, I'm being wrapped up, and you're being wrapped up. You're in, like, was it cellophane? Cellophane? Or you're wrapped up in this giant string. So you're this owl wrapped up in this giant string. on your way from Oneonta and you get dropped off, not in a nice tropical place, but you get dropped off in the crazy hustle and bustle, smelly New York City. Suck to be that owl. You go from Oneonta, which is snow and nothing, peace and quiet, to all of a sudden finding your way to New York City. You're the only owl in town, now surrounded. You're like a royalty bird. An owl's a bird, right? You're like royalty. And now you find yourself among pigeons. Pigeons. And raccoons. And possums. But mostly dirty New York City pigeons that cannot fly very far. No, they cannot fly very far. Rather, a few feet. So that's 2020. Rockefeller Christmas tree. The owl. By the way, a Rocky did actually take flight after being treated in a wildlife rehabilitation center. In case you were wondering. She flew away. Yeah. So, good thing for this bird. It got out of the city. It got out of the city. It was rehabbed in Saugerties. Saugerties. Now, I say it got out of the city because, no offense, no offense, but the city. I don't know what it is. And I have said this before, but I don't know what it is, but a lot of people around here just don't care. They do not care. No, they don't. No, they don't. I mean, this was before. And now, now, and it's sad. We're in a different time now where the city is kind of it's at a different place than you guys. If you're not from the city, than what you've probably known of it now. What it is now is a lot different than what it was last year, and I'm sure that goes for no matter what place you are. But like for example, now what was once iconic in New York City, I'll give you an example. It's like small thing that was affected. A lot of small businesses, like even a lot of the working class. And it's because it's statistics and it's facts, and I did work in that industry for a very long time as far as the financing side of it. But a lot of like a lot of New York City cabs, for example, small businesses, you might say, because it's mostly immigrants that are in that business. And what it is. Picture it just like a home, like your home, right? You have to obtain financing. You have to obtain a mortgage for it. that's what you do, right? You make monthly payments on it. Same thing with a New York City cab, a medallion. Um, it is you're pretty much paying, and at one point, as high as $1 million. Uh, you're paying $1 million, or whatever price you did purchase it at that time, the medallion, and it's basically a right to pick up fares and in the city and the airport and things along that line. And you had mortgage payments based on whatever you purchased that medallion for. And that's right, you heard it here. You heard it correctly. They went as high as $1 million. 1 million at its height. And unfortunately, over the last couple of years, it's been getting worse um, for the business. Because you have ride sharing apps that came out, Uber and Lyft, and what other ride share that you have. And Uber Lyft came in. New York City allowed them to ride in New York City. Now remember, the medallions, they some of these guys paid $1 million, 800,000, 600,000, a supply and demand, right? So they paid for their right to pick up fares in New York City. And then came in Uber and Lyft, and it's a whole different policy with Uber and Lyft, where they are not paying the city $1 million, not paying the city 800,000, 500,000, whatever it was. Uber, Lyft, you don't have an intrinsic value. It doesn't have a value to it if you're an Uber owner. But you still were able to pick up fares in the city. And Uber and Lyft and all these other rideshare apps did have they had apps where just by the touch of your finger, you could pick up a fare right at your fingertips. You don't have to worry about anyone coming in. You don't have to worry about waiting outside in the rain and the cold. And it's luxury at your fingertips, right? Luxury at your fingertips. But fast forward, the coming in of Uber and Lyft meant more cars, and people were putting on Uber and Lyft. They were putting on these cars. They were in there, Uber and Lyft, riding in the city, and they were making money and taking money away from New York City cabs. Might say it's a free enterprise, whatever it may be. That's for a different story, a different day. Now, the point of this whole thing was just to tell you, how much the New York City taxi cab has changed. It has went from $1 million to now, selling for 100,000, and a lot of people are upside down. So they owe more than what the medallion is worth. They still make about. Got to put in the hustle. You got to put in the time. You got to do the work. Anywhere from 75 to 100,000, and then keep in mind you do have other expenses that you have to pay for it, like maintenance of your vehicle, so on and so forth. But so times have not been easy for them now to kind of Make matters worse, people are not flying. So the traffic at the airport is very, very minimal. And the city, a lot of people are working remotely. So the traffic in the city is not there. So, you know, and you have to keep in mind COVID is out there. Now you have a vaccine, but even before this, going out there and working, 10-hour shifts, 11-hour shifts, you're exposing yourselves. And a lot of these medallion owners, you know, um, were the sole providers for their family, and they have a lot of family members at home. So you're out there and exposing yourself. You're a risk, you're a liability. So you have mortgage payments. You're not able to make the money. Remember, I told you to own a medallion. You have a mortgage, or you could lease it, but a lot of people choose to own it. It's different owning as opposed to leasing. Same thing from owning as opposed to renting. And can't make the payments. The banks that provided the financing actually have been doing deferments, so that does help as well. And it's a long, convoluted story, but that's just one example of how the city has changed. The small businesses, the working class, the immigrants, trying to chase that American dream, the yellow taxi cab that you don't see as often as you do anymore. Um, you know, uh, if you were even to step into the city before COVID, and you're like around the Long Island City, Manhattan, Brooklyn, these areas, you could see a lot of garages, and that a lot of garages that had vehicles that did not go anywhere. They were at the garage because a lot of people stopped driving yellow cabs because they were frustrated. You know, they went on to do other things. Frustrated by a lot of things. Frustrated by Uber. Frustrated by Lyft. The city's non willing to help. It's a long, convoluted, long, like I said, long story that over the course of time in these live segments that I would like to get into with you guys. It's pretty fascinating. So, yellow taxis have been affected. Right now, we're at the point now, and listen, it's something that might be beyond my pay grade here, something that I might not really be able to comprehend, that I cannot comprehend. But the small businesses have been taking um, a beating, right? We're at this stage now where, as of yesterday, due to rises, small businesses, you could no longer dine in. You could go for takeout, or you could eat out, or if there's seating outside, you could eat as well. You could eat there, but you cannot eat inside the establishment. But you could eat outside. But the thing that doesn't make sense to me even where New York is at this current stage, and this is just New York City, not Nassau, Suffolk, not to my understanding, but New York City, where it is right now, is okay. You cannot eat inside. You could order takeout, or you could eat outside if the restaurant is so equipped. And when you eat outside, keep in mind this is New York City. It's 35 degrees. Wintertime. Snowstorm is approaching, by the way. Snowstorm is approaching uh, tomorrow, and probably a lot of places on the East Coast as well. But yeah, so you're eating outside, but a lot of, since it's November, December here, and it's cold in the East, outside involves a tent, which at this point is blowing hot air. So if you follow me on this logic as of now, and maybe you could explain it to me, because I cannot really understand it all that great. You could have takeout, or you could eat outside, but you're eating inside in a tent with hot air being blown in because it's so cold outside. So everything is circulating inside, right? Am I missing the logic on this? Am I missing the boat on this? Work with me here. What am I missing? Help me understand. Meanwhile, gyms are open. You know, gyms where you go on your treadmill and you're sweating everywhere, you're using the equipment, and you're sweating up a storm using the equipment. You're done with the equipment. Don't wipe down the equipment. A person 2 minutes later comes, uses the same equipment that you used, all with the sweat. Now they're working out with that equipment. So gyms are open, nail salons are open, and trust me, it's good for the people that work in nail salons, good for the people that work in gyms, and even malls where they have a gazillion stores, a gazillion people in at all times, more than probably any restaurant, or your Walmarts or your Kmarts. These places are open, and it has a lot of people in at any given time. But a local mom and pop restaurant that has at no more probably a couple of people in is not able to stay open for dining. Only takeout or eating out outside, but inside a tent. How that makes any sense, I don't know. Again, I never said I was the smartest guy in the class here. But how does that make sense? I I do not know. I do not know. Speaking of which, I did say that there was a snowstorm a coming, and boy, it is a coming. So depending on where you are here, at least in New York, anywhere from like 3 inches to a foot, right? So let me let me just go over. And if you follow Facebook, right, and you do the local community pages, it's good. It's good because it keeps you informed on what's going on in the community, all the happenings, all the goings. So let's see here. Boom, boom. People have already been putting out their business cards and their pricing. Let's see here. For the snowstorm that is coming out here. And let's see. Where can I get this? Because I had it from my local community here. Bear with me 1 second here. And again, as I was making that prior post, as I was ranting and raving there about eating, if you're in a town or an area where everything's being shut down again, support your local small businesses all day. So they are the ones that really need it. They're the ones that are really suffering. Tuesday. Take out Tuesday. Let's see here. Snow removal, snow removal, snow removal. Let's try the other page here. And believe me, it's worth it because you guys, once you hear some of the pricing, you're going to fall off your seats. I remember going around as a kid. Who am I lying? I didn't go around as a kid because my mom was too scared to let me out. But I remember kids going out and they were, they used to go out and charge, I don't know, charge you $25 to do the driveway, to even do the car, do the sidewalk, do everything for $25. Now, ooh, oh, does the price go up here? Let's see here. And this is worth it. I just cannot. Life for me. Hold on. Find the post. Ah, and they're all over it now. Some people are undercutting each other. Some people are undercutting each other. Let's see here. Let me read it before I give up here. Like they have full out business cards already. What they're charging. Oh yeah, they've been ready for this all day. Let's see. So it's supposed to snow, from tomorrow. From tomorrow on into Thursday. Let's see where we are. Damn it. Cannot find it. Ah, here we go. Snow removal services. Whole house and salt. Prices depending on size. 150 to 180. Cars cleaned and brushed off. Extra $40. Okay. Wow. So this is like two people doing this. This is not one person. So like if it was like one person, like you could probably like rationalize it and spin it around in your head and be like, okay, one person. But this is two people. Two people. And keep in mind this is the New York City metropolitan area, right? So you don't have that much space to begin with. Where are you? Oh, where are you? So it's not like if you're out in the country, you have the like acres and acres of land. This is like, these are 1,800 square feet homes, 1,900 square feet homes, 2,000, 2,100 square feet homes. These are not big homes with big properties because everyone here in the metropolitan area likes to be on top of each other. 150 cars and brushed off extra, and that's per car. Not one car. Holy crap. Untaxed too. Straight up 150. So wait, and this is like snow removal services. It's whole house and salt. So anywhere from like 150 to 180. So this is not necessarily a shoveling, right? This could be this might be a snowblower. The hell with that snowblower. The snowblower, listen, I'm sorry for all you people that have snowblowers, but the snowblower must be the dumbest thing possible. You use that snowblower. That snowblower is blowing. It's blowing the snow just a few feet away from you, and then it's gonna blow back once the wind starts howling again. Instead of shoveling, that damn snowblower doesn't do anything. Imagine that. 150. Those guys are probably gonna use snowblowers and not shovels. They're taking the easy way out. That's not really doing anything for you, a snowblower. Come on, be honest. It's just temporarily placing it from here to a few feet over there. They're not throwing it out in the middle of the street. That way, cars could, run over it, or trucks could run over it to make that snow disappear. They're just putting it from place to place, and then the wind's going to blow right back. And then you're going to wind up shoveling it yourself after you spent the 180. Wow. Now I understand some people, you got to do what you got to do. You can't shovel it. Health problems, health conditions. But 180 plus cars, extra 40. And these are grown adults doing this. The adults have replaced the kids now, because I'll be honest with you, the kids in the neighborhood are nowhere to be seen. Maybe because people are such maybe because people nowadays can't be trusted, and parents don't want to send their kids out because people are weird now, and society is upside down for the most part compared to what it used to be. And then again, a good amount of kids just rather play Xbox and be on social media all day. So that's a part of it. But the grown-ups have replaced the kids. $180. Wow. That's the going prices out here. Damn. Whew. Anyway, before I leave you guys, because I'm rambling, we're going on 50 minutes. Tell you one thing, a strong way how 2020 has ended. Strong way to end 2020. Get yourself the damn Mcrib. Get yourself damn Mcrib. Get the Mcrib, large fry, large Coke. Now listen, the Mcrib is a little bit messy, but you know coming into this, because your buddy Old Pal Gres is telling you this. It's going to be a little bit messy. Get extra napkins. It's all right. Get napkins. It has onions and it has pickles. And it's the big onions, the big onions, not the chopped onions. The big onions that you would have like in your quarter pounders or your double quarters, not the small minced onions. So you got, in case you don't know, you got that nice bread. You got the actual meat with the dab of the sauce that's in it, the big onions, and about 3 or 4 pickles. McDonald's pickles are the best. That's undebatable compared to Burger King and Wendy's. McDonald's pickles are the best. My son loves them. He's like extra, extra, extra pickle. But the McRib is great. It's great. Do yourself that favor. Large fry, McRib sandwich, large Coke. It's going to cost you about $11. Don't worry. It's worth it. Heaven on earth. And it will help you get the stench out of 2020. Get one McRib, get 2 McRibs. Post a video, tag me in it, or tell me about the McRib. You're welcome in advance. Hurry while supplies last. McRib is awesome. By the way, McDonald's needs to get back on its Happy Meal toy game. They've been slacking. That is it for today. I am Gres. This was Live with Gres. You will see another video popping up from one of the locations that I've been to that've been already pre-recorded. Will be coming out this week. I usually upload twice a week, and now with this new aspect here of Live with Gres and opening up the channel for watch-along streams and hanging out, definitely please do hit the notification bell. That way you know when I'm live, because live streaming will be a part of this. I have another channel. If you're into sports from the bleachers sports show, do check that out as well. I've already began live streaming there, do multiple uploads. It's going to be fun. And I'm very happy that I did this live stream. Very happy that Live with Gres is a thing now. This was Live with Gres, episode 1. Mahalo. Hope all is well. See you very, very soon. Subscribe, hit the notification bell. Thumbs up, please, if you enjoyed it. And if you didn't enjoy this, hit a thumbs down. Tell me why, and I'll know how to improve. I hope